Hey guys, Sephirox here. Today I will be talking about my new tutorial, and I will start off talking about the new things for rogues in patch 5.05. So let's get started. So the first thing is, if you look at the ambush, there's no big change. The damage increased a bit, which is pretty nice. I like it a lot. I can show you fast the damage. I'm not going to do this with every spell, but I just want to point out that the ambush damage is pretty neat at the moment. Yeah, okay, next. For the next ones. Backstab, it's basically the same, the damage wise, and yeah. So, then, it's basically just the same. Bit less energy though. Blind, basically the same, this normal CC, with the same CD. Cheap shot. Now this is a 5-second stun if you glyph into it, which is really nice to make a smooth opener. I like it a lot. I would say it's a must. Cloak of Shadow. It's the same, but now it's affected by preparation. But personally I won't be going for preparation. Crimson Tempest is a new spell, which allows you to do a AoE attack that makes the enemy bleed. I wouldn't say it's worth it at all. Well, yeah, that's just, yeah. And this dismantle, basically the same. No change at all. The same CD, the same effect. Distract, yeah, basically the same. So, and evasion is the same. Now, eviscerate, it is basically the same like most of the other spells, but the damage increased to a pretty high amount. You can do pretty high crits, probably balanced for level 90 though at the moment, so probably the reason. Now this is one of the good spells. This got remade, so it doesn't cost combos. Now it actually generates, and it's like Thunder Armor, which I find it really good. Fan of knives. It got remade into actually awarding a combo point on your current target, but it's mostly still an AoE. Yeah, Feint. This is interesting. This is just like it used to, but just without CD. And if you glyph into it, it will actually reduce 30% of all damage on you for 5 seconds, which basically means if you can keep it up, you will take 30% less damage, but it kinda sucks if you're stunned, because you can't use it while stunned, so it depends on the player. Now Garrote is basically the same. You can glyph into it again. Gork no longer generates, well, it actually still generates combo point. No wait. It doesn't generate a combo point, and it doesn't cost any energy. Sorry, it doesn't do any damage. Hemorrhage, now that's basically the same. Now it actually replaces Sinister Strike if you take a Subtlety. Kick got a 15-second cooldown like most of the other interrupts, and only lasts for 5 seconds. Bomber, kinda annoying, but gotta live with it. Kidney Shot, basically the same. Picklocket, yeah. Now this is the poison. This is interesting. You can only from now pick a lethal and a non-lethal poison, and the lethal is either deadly or wound. Personally, I will go with wound. The non-lethal is crippling and mind. Now keep in mind, the set for rogues at level 90 will apply crippling if you maybe use mind. So I will probably be running with wound and mind, but for the moment I am running with wound and crippling. Even though I would say that deadly poison is viable because of the damage. Now premeditation, the same, recuperate, does less healing and takes every 3 seconds. You will most likely not have this up at all. Maybe if you're pressured, but else not. Redirect is basically the same. Rupture now deals a ton of damage, and also gives you the sanguine veins effect, which Hemorrhage used to. This makes the enemy take 20% more damage from your attacks while he is under the bleed, Garrote or Rupture or Crimson Tempest, but you won't really be using Crimson Tempest. Sap, basically the same. Shadow Dance now reduced the energy cost of your ambush by 20%. 20 energy. which gets it down to 40 energy for each ambush, which is really good. Now Shadow Walk is basically an increased effect to your stealth when you use it. Really useful against other rogues, ferals, or other stealth classes that you want to try find when you're in arena, or for that sake duels. If you just time it well, you can get the sap off. Shadow Step, basically the same. Now you can do it on party members. I picked this in my tie instead of prep because I find it necessary to be able to escape or actually get to the enemy faster, especially in mob with all the snares, especially from the hunters, in my opinion at least. Shift, basically the same, just got a 10-second cooldown now. But when you use it, your non-lethal poison have an extra effect. That means like crippling and mind numbing. You can read that under the poisons. Shroud of Concealment is an AoE stealth for your party, which is really good at start of arenas. Slice and Dice basically does what Recuperate used to do. Gives me energy every 2 seconds. It's actually a pretty good finishing move, but personally I would prefer the Recuperate for the health. But I gotta use Slice and Dice from now on. You only have one smoke bomb now, because even if you glyph into prep, which I don't think you can, you won't get a second smoke bomb, which is really, I find it quite sad, but yeah, gotta live with it. It's probably gonna be fine. Just gotta try to find out how to time it well and when to use it, instead of just maybe popping it. Sprint, the same, so with stealth. No real change there. Deadly, throw. Well, you no longer have a throw, so now you can just use this and just throw at an enemy like this. Sadly, it won't apply poisons though, so that's a bummer. Still useful though for the kill. Tricks of the Trade, yeah, that's the same. And Vanish, yeah. Now, as you can see here, this is the Slice and Dice. Every 2 seconds you get 8 energy, and the Sanguine Wane. Find it pretty neat. The Sanguine Wane, the damage is pretty nice. Okay, hey guys, I just got back from a little break and gonna finish this video up. I know I said on my Facebook page that I would talk about race and comps, but that's gotta be in part 2, because I didn't think this would actually take this long just for that little. But I mean, like, that's fine because I got into the details. You might, if you didn't know before, know what to do as a rogue, like. But before I end the video, I'm just gonna say fast, it's really important that you keep Rupture and Slice and Dice up. Depending on the situation, of course, if you can land a kill, I would say just Eviscerate. But that's pretty, yeah, obvious. Now, if you feel like you're getting pressured, I would say instead of putting up Rupture, you should get Recuperate. But always have Slice and Dice up. It's an energy pool. It will increase and keep your damage up really at a really high level, and basically I think you should always keep it up. But obviously, if you can, as I said before, land a kill with an Eviscerate, you should just do that instead. This is probably going to be the end of the video, so I'll see you next time for the part 2.